This is a Cruise Cam special report. COVID-19, the coronavirus, coast to coast. Ride along with me while I cruise coast to coast at the beginning of the COVID-19 outbreak in the United States, which happened in March 2020. Here we are at the beginning in New York City. This is the view looking down on 7th Avenue. It's pretty cool. There's no masks, no drama. Just a regular day in New York City. So from this point, I exit New York City using the Lincoln Tunnel, but that's the subject of another video that you can click on below. And I continue west on I-80. I had turned off my radio, so from the car perspective, I only started to think something was going on when Pennsylvania closed all of its rest stops. Before, when driving east on I-80, I saw a couple closed. I wasn't sure if they were closed for repairs or whatever, but this was the only state that took the measure of closing all the rest stops, and all that did was funnel people into the truck stops, especially bad for seniors with small bladder issues. Ohio and Indiana's rest areas were all open. The next thing to affect me was the closing of all the buffets, and then going through Illinois, I noticed that the manual toll booths had been closed, and everyone was forced over into the truck lanes. Illinois showed a variety of signs for COVID-19. Iowa also had signs, so they were taking it pretty seriously. Nebraska didn't take this seriously. They were in a state of denial. The message under their signs was inserted into their usual messages. It even seemed a bit snarky. 37 Nebraska traffic deaths this year, coupled with keep your hands clean, your eyes on the road, says the giant text message. They weren't taking every opportunity to inform the public. After viewing this from the hotel guest's perspective, I headed back out on the road. Nebraska kept all of its rest areas open. They just posted hand washing guides in Spanish and English from the CDC's website. The way stations of Nebraska were all open for business. I didn't worry much about it affecting my cruise. Then when I was in Lincoln, Nebraska, I got the news that California just went into lockdown. That meant closing non-essential shops, sheltering at home, and canceling all public events and gatherings. What effect would that have on driving, I wondered. Everything seemed cool in Colorado going west. There were a lot of highway signs that were turned off or were performing their usual functions, showing drive times and road conditions. They were just beginning to put up their coronavirus-related signs. So I did what I like to do best. I got up and cruised through the mountains. Here's how to go through a California agricultural checkpoint. These could be used for a quick screening with an infrared gun thermometer, or they could be abused for draconian measures. A quick how do you do, and I'm through. You can see on the right the incinerator they used to burn all foreign produce. Police are being just as active as usual. Not sure if they're concerned about exposure. If you're close enough to say you smell weed on me, you're close enough to catch the coronavirus. Now there were other signs. I found my first town shut down by stay-at-home orders. I only found out later after reviewing my recordings, but I found this theater marquee, for instance, and lots of other examples of movable type signs that were reflecting the need to deal with the coronavirus. While I was cruising through the legal pot states, I kept seeing these signs aimed at just the smokers. Do not pass. Don't pass to the left. Don't pass to the right. That damn virus is going to turn you into a Bogart. And now I start seeing a hint of travel restrictions in California. Still, California is keeping open its rest areas and its commercial truck inspections. Now I notice that both mom and pop and fast food chain restaurants were closing off their dining areas, and some were providing only drive-through service. So please subscribe to this channel and click that bell so you can come back for part 2 of this series. The trip from California east back to New York City during the beginning of the Corona-19 outbreak in the United States.